Hey, all, Michael Lunsford here, Citizens for a New Louisiana. And I have to tell you, this Bayou Vermilion District thing is going to get good. So pop you some popcorn and be ready. this is this is really getting out of hand, actually. And what I want to talk to you about is we have this post here from Jay Steiner, who has been lovingly referred to as Gunfinger by some of the board members because he pointed his finger at the council, at the Bayou Vermilion board, and did like that, like he was shooting somebody, like he was going to kill him. So now it's kind of a joke, but he works there. I would consider that a threat. The guy would be bounced out of here by now. But anyway, let me read you what he had to say about our involvement. Citizens for New Louisiana, who, by the way, we're behind every blade of grass, apparently. But be that as it may, let's get into the numbers. Lunsford's crew has set their sights on what seems to be a long-term goal of defunding Bayou Vermilion District and Vermilionville. So first of all, let me just tell you, that's not a goal for anybody. Number one, I happen to keep right here on my desk. This is my wedding photo. This is my wife and I, our maid of honor, and two little flower girls. Actually, that's just my wife. I'm not in that photo. But that's my wife. We got married at Vermilionville a long time ago, but the fact of the matter is, we did, and we love Vermilionville. We go there, in fact, on Sundays and have dinner or have lunch right after church usually. It's great there. The food is excellent. And the bread pudding is superb. But anyway, let's keep moving here. New commissioners with strong ties to Citizens for New Louisiana. Okay, true. You caught me. Forced through a vote to a special meeting last night to hire a firm they had already chosen to perform an independent audit, despite the fact that we do one every year. Their pre-selected firm, one that they could provide no bid for as well, will cost an additional tens of thousands of dollars, all in the name of using taxpayers' money properly. Now, obviously, this person didn't even go to the meeting because the budget's $11,000. That's it. That's the budget to do somewhat of a forensic audit to see if there's, a test to see if we need to look further. But right now, we don't know. So, and look, I'd get into the rest of this, but it just gets into, police brutality and systemic racism and blah, blah, blah. None of these are the goals of Bayou Vermilion District or Vermilionville. I mean, the purpose of Bayou Vermilion District is erosion control, litter mitigation, and pollution control, or they're trying to make the bayou clean enough to swim in. And that's the goal. They're not going to get there with all of this police brutality, systemic racism talk. That's not what this is for. Vermilionville isn't even supposed to be doing this. So anyway, set that aside. Let's look at the numbers, because that's why y'all love me, right? The numbers are right here. This is a comparison of how much Vermilionville has cost the Bayou Vermilion District over the last few years. Now, you want to guess? You want to guess how much it costs to run that cultural, they call it a museum, but you've been there. It's got all the old Acadian-style houses. Great place, but it costs a lot of money to run that. You want to guess? I just happened to run, they have 2008 through 2019 in their comparison. I ran my adding machine through it, and the tape says $7,622,861 approximately. I didn't add in the cents. But that's a significant amount of money. $7,600,000. Just last year, in 2019, they lost over $1 million, as they did in 2018. I'm guessing 2020 is going to be an additional loss because the trend is up. In fact, if we go back, I believe it was 2012, they had lost $373,000. In just a few short years, they're already over $1 million in expenses. And you know what? You're going to like this. This just came out in a committee meeting, a finance committee meeting. The CEO David Shermy, was so shocked. This is what he had to say. Have a listen.
We've always gone over the budget with the accountant, and we did the audits, and I've never been, apprised of the numbers in this fashion. Also, I must say I'm pretty shocked and quite frankly ashamed to see this when it comes out like this.
All right, let's drag one more employee into this, just because it's fun. And I'm not going to read you the whole thing. This is Leah Dupuy, her Facebook post, in which she says, these board members who have ties to the anti-tax group Citizens for New Louisiana. Let's stop for a second. Citizens for New Louisiana informs you, especially around taxes, because they're taking money out of your pocket to pay their bills. I think it's important, but we are not an anti-tax group. What we are is a pro-transparency group who is focused on letting you know how your money is being spent in our local government. So let's kind of tweak this comment just a bit so that it fits instead of creating a false narrative and then attacking the false narrative like it's the real thing. Let's go for it. These board members who have ties to the pro-transparency group Citizens for New Louisiana are claiming that Bayou Vermilion District's finances don't add up, yet have provided no evidence of such. Mic drop. I just provided you the evidence. $7.6 million over 10 years. Who knows how much it is over further than that. They could have probably dredged Vermilion River with that money. They could have fixed a lot of drainage problems with that money. That is in their purview. They could do that. Is systemic racism and police brutality in their purview? No. So why are we spending money on it? That's the problem. We have forgotten what the core function of government is. We have got to get back to basics, and we have got to get our government back where it's supposed to be. And it's one little board and commission at a time, but we're getting it done, y'all. Pay attention. We're doing it.